Hello everyone, thanks for tuning into today's video. We're going to have a look at weather for today, tomorrow, weekend and into next week. In today's video, got some very cool, cold weather actually today. It feels really cold out in the wind. It hasn't been out yet. It's a real cold, sort of wintry feel out there. And there have been some reports of snow across Scotland and across northern high ground and some parts of northern England. We've got heavy showers as well. They're producing hail, thunder. There's a lot going on in the weather today and over the next few days, so we'll run through the detail in a moment. Before we go on with the video, I just want to talk about the advertising. There's a video ad sitting just above my weather video at gazweathervids.com. Please play it. You'll be supporting gazweathervids.com. If you do that, the ad is fully interactive, so you can click through to the advertiser's website. You can also share it on Facebook, Twitter, and all that sort of thing. And if you do that, you'll be supporting the website, and thanks very much for that. So let's get on with the video, and this is today's chart from the GFS model. Got this northerly wind screaming down across the country with the ice bars going right up to the North Pole. So we've got proper polar sort of air mass coming down across the British Isles today. It certainly does feel very cold, and that wind is bringing down a lot of showers, and this low pressure in the North Sea is going to be important for tomorrow, because that's going to be bringing us quite a cold, wet and windy day in the southeast tomorrow. Now this is the current radar picture from the UK Met Office, and you can find the UK Met Office on my links page. Look at this great rash of showers across the country, some longer spells of rain here across Wales and some parts of the West Midlands and southwestern England as well. And many showers up to the north and the east, really heavy, producing snow over the high ground in Scotland and over the Pennines as well. And some sleety sort of soft hail type conditions coming down into lower levels in some of those heavy showers. But bright colours indicated that there's some really torrential downpours. So have a look at the website XC Weather, and you can find XC Weather on my links page just to see the current conditions. First of all, we'll have a look at the temperatures. Well, it's a very cold day across many parts of the country. The temperatures will start popping up in a moment, and there we have 7 degrees there at East Midlands Airport with a dew point of just 2 degrees, so that's almost getting towards being cold enough for wintriness in the showers. A dew point of 2 degrees with a temperature of 7 degrees. If a shower comes along, the dew point will drop a little bit. That is getting very close to the threshold that would be required for some sleetiness at least to turn up in the showers. Church Lawford, temperature 8 degrees. Airport, Bedford rather, temperature 8 degrees. So it goes on. Scampton, temperature there 7 degrees. Higher dew point there because it's closer to the coast. Leeds and Bradford Airport, temperature 7 degrees with dew point of 3 degrees. So it's a really cold day, temperature 6 degrees. Really cold day today for the time of the year. If I look at the water on the ice bar, there are the winds, all places seeing winds coming from a northerly or a northwesterly direction, proper cold sort of polar air coming down across the country today. Those showers will get heavier through the course of the afternoon, if anything, so don't be at all surprised. Get some real torrential downpours this afternoon. Could be some thunder and lightning mixed in. If the showers really kick off this afternoon, I might get the Storm Watch page going and do a video looking at the storms that are going on. Not sure if things will get quite that volatile this afternoon, but certainly there's potential for some very heavy showers. They'll die out tonight, and then we'll look at this area of low pressure coming in off the North Sea through the course of tonight and into tomorrow. This is tomorrow's facts chart for lunchtime tomorrow, midday tomorrow. Low pressure sitting right there across central parts of England, East Anglia. That'll be bringing heavy rain into the southeast. Got this front wrapped around that area of low pressure. So if you have a look at the high resolution model from the UK Met Office, this is the NAE model. You can find this at website Weather Online. Again, this is at my links page. At midnight time, got heavy rain coming onto the east coast, base with low pressure sitting in the North Sea. And as we move through in 6 o'clock in the morning, when again we've got that rain coming onto the eastern side, not really penetrating inland overnight, but it will come further inland as we move through Friday morning. So a wet morning here being indicated across much of East Anglia, South Eastern England, up into towards Lincolnshire, down into the central east part of Midland, central southern England as well. Outbreaks of rain with a cold northeasterly wind. And then as we go through the course of Friday afternoon, that rain will gradually start to move away down to the south of the country. There it goes, starting to move away to the south. Though even then, many parts of East Anglia, central, southern, south east England still getting outbreaks of rain, and it is going to be quite a dull, wet, sort of horrible day really in the southeast tomorrow. Temperatures really on the cold side tomorrow, just 7-8 degrees in the southeast, maybe a little bit lower than that, perhaps 5 or 6 at best in some of the heavier outbreaks of rain, and with the wind as well and the dull, it's going to feel really quite horrible in the southeast, where it is drier in the north, and that's where we've got slightly warmer temperatures, but even there it's pretty cold, it does have to be said. Now as we move through into the weekend, I had problems over the last few days pinning down the weather for the bank holiday weekend, but it looks as though we have got the pattern now. I've got the pattern for the 5-day forecast yesterday, and I think we're there now really. I'm not expecting any major changes from this. So it looks as though Saturday's going to be a mainly dry day, some rain coming into the northwest of Scotland and Northern Ireland, but mainly dry for most parts of the country on Saturday. But then as we go into Sunday, we're looking at morning wave showers on Sunday. So Saturday I think is the best of it. If you've got any plans, get them done on Saturday, anything in the garden or going out into the park, around the coast, anything like that. Saturday is your day, because Sunday I think we're looking at morning wave showers, and some of those showers could be quite heavy. Then as we go into bank holiday Monday, look at this, we've got a deep area of low pressure developing in the Atlantic, bringing wet and windy on bank holiday Monday. Here's the precipitation forecast for 6 o'clock in the evening on Monday. Outbreaks of rain covering all parts of the country, wet, windy and cold, a really nasty bank holiday Monday, if that's right. The east probably getting away with the rain until late on in the afternoon, but many areas, particularly in the west, are having a very poor bank holiday Monday. And as we go out beyond that, it looks like we're going to be staying very unsettled indeed. So we'll just have a look at the 500 millibar height anomaly charts. 500 millibars, 18,000 feet, is an important area in the atmosphere, because that's where we've got high pressure and low pressure developing. And so high pressure, low pressure areas are run around, moved around by the jet stream running above. That's what gives us out weather. This is for 8 to 10 days time. The anomaly is for 8 to 10 days time, so it's taking us really towards the end of May and into the start of June. And what's important here is notice all this blocking up to the north of the British Isles here, all this area here around Greenland, Iceland, into the north of Scandinavia. I'm highlighting it just there. Very much block conditions again there. That's the ECMWF, by the way. Yeah, we've got a lot of northern blocking going on there, and consequently the trough here is being signalled to be sitting around the British Isles. That is the trough sitting underneath the blocking. So basically we're back to a pattern that we had through March, to be honest. Block conditions to the north, trough sitting over the country. On the cool side of the jet stream again is running underneath that trough. So yeah, we're looking at more unsettled conditions going out to the end of May and into the start of June. Pretty cool and unsettled, it has to be said. GFS height anomaly is very similar. The blocking again up to the north, not quite as extensive around Greenland as we see on the ECMWF, but really it's the same idea. For 8 to 10 days time we're blocked to the north, and consequently we've got this trough sitting underneath around the British Isles and Western Europe. The jet stream again is digging underneath that trough, so we're on the cool side of the jet, we're underneath a trough. We're looking at very much unsettled cool conditions there, lasting in towards the end of the month. So if we have a look at the generic charts from the models, first of all the GFS model, this is for a week's time, 8 days time, Thursday the 30th of May, and yes, there's the evidence. We've got the blocking up to the north of the country, the trough is sitting to the south. It's cool and unsettled, so I think we are looking at a very cool and unsettled week next week. I'll look at next week in more detail tomorrow, but just to get an idea of what's happening going out into the 2nd of June, really, we're keeping high pressure more or less to the north. It's a little bit further south by this time, at 10 days time, certainly the 2nd of June. It's a little bit further south, but really it's the same idea, high pressure to the north and the northwest, blocking the conditions out, and we're on the cool side of that blocking area of high pressure. The ECMWF for Thursday the 30th of May, very similar, the low pressure sitting there right over the top of the country, but block conditions up to the north, high pressure stretching from Greenland to the north of Scandinavia. This is the same chart that we've had on and off all winter, really the same setup I should say, had on and off all winter, and gave us that ferociously cold March. We're back into that block sort of pattern once again. As we go out to Sunday the 2nd of June, 10 days away, well, we've got the blocking conditions there across the north. Low pressure still dominating around the British Isles, trying to reach in the Azores high towards Spain, so that's trying to bring some warmer weather there. But to be honest, the pattern is still very much the same. Unsettled, cool block conditions to the north, a trough somewhere around British Isles. Very poor conditions really going out to the start of June. So that's it, more unsettled conditions, staying cool. Bank holiday Monday looks particularly nasty in the west, and through next week looks like we're staying cool as well. Now I say, if we get some really violent thunderstorms kicking off this afternoon, I might end up the Storm Watch page and do a video about that, so I'll keep you updated later on this afternoon if that's happening. But that's it for now. Hope you found the video interesting. That's it for now. Thanks for watching.